All right, so many of these racist Latinos were comfortable until President Trump got elected. Oh, yeah, they were being racist towards African Americans. And you even had some in Chicago calling black women lazy. Grown Mexican or Latino men from another country illegally getting paid $5,000 a month, and you want to call black women lazy? But let's read about this first woman. Former LA City Council president says the year since her racist remarks were leaked has been painful. Well, it should be painful. Nury Martinez, that's her name. Nury Martinez. Nury Martinez said she is absolutely not racist and that her work shows the contrary because she has worked on empowering women and women of color. That is absolute BS. That is a lie. Because when she says women and women of color, that includes everybody but not black women, okay? They use that women of color term to secretly be racist against black women or African American women. Or when they say people of color, they mean everybody but Negroes. Let's just make it plain. So this is her picture right here. You understand? You see her on the screen. Let's continue. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this text. There we go. So this article was published October 13th, 2023. This is when these racist Democrats were comfortable because Joe Biden was allowing millions and millions of illegal aliens into the country and giving them resources that should have been given to American citizens first, both native born and legal citizens who came up here the right way, all right? By Suzanne Gamboa, the former president, that scrolled up unexpectedly. The former president of the Los Angeles City Council, who was caught on tape comparing the black son of a colleague to a monkey. We're going to get started right here. There's an audio where you can hear this racist Latina, right? Nury Martinez. You can hear her comparing this black child to a monkey. But yet, you racist Mexicans, you racist Venezuelans, you racist whoever, Hispanic, Latinos, you wonder why black people ain't helping you in these protests when Trump and ICE is getting you up out of here. So yeah, if you're working at Home Depot illegally, you might want to stay home because you're going to get kicked out. This is why we not helping your behinds, you racist, because we're not stupid. So the black man and the black woman in this country is sick and tired of helping people who hate our guts. You understand? Let's continue. So she compared the black son of a colleague to a monkey. And look, she said indigenous Mexicans. This thing keeps scrolling up on his damn arm. My apologies. And saying indigenous Mexicans were ugly. You know that this indigenous Mexicans, that's going to be the people that's got some darker skin that look like Negroes. I'm just going to make it plain. So anybody with some darker skin that look like they black or African in any kind of way, they're called ugly by you racist Mexicans, Venezuelans, Puerto Ricans, whoever. You all know it's the truth. You Latinos are racist as hell. And African Americans, so-called Negroes up here ain't playing no games with you no more. So ICE is getting you up out of here because of your ice cold racism that you done had toward us. Facts. God is kicking you out, not the devil. I'm going to make it plain. Y'all want to say Donald Trump is the devil? Some of you Israelites running your damn mouth? No. God is kicking these racist Latinos out of here because they were running their mouth against God's real children. The people who fought to get out of slavery. The people who fought during the Reconstruction, during Jim Crow and the new Jim Crow. Civil rights struggle. And then you bring your behinds up here to this country illegally and legally, I might add. The legal and illegal immigrants have a lot of the freedoms they have because black people fought for these freedoms first for themselves. And yet you gonna run your damn racist mouth against us? No, get out of here. I don't feel sorry for you at all. Maybe if you worked harder, because you call black people lazy. You say if black people weren't lazy, they could succeed. Okay, maybe if you work harder in Mexico, then Mexico will be a better place. Since you work so hard, why can't you build up Mexico and all the other countries you came from? You know why? Because you just as lazy as everybody else and you a bunch of oppressors. You a bunch of racist oppressors running from oppression by your own people. Then you want to get mad because the so-called white man doesn't embrace you when you come up here illegally. And then you think the same black people that you secretly call monkeys are going to help you fight to not get deported? Hell no. Hell no. You getting out. So let's continue. So she now saying she not racist, which is a damn lie. She is a racist. Nury Martinez, who stepped down a year ago, and keep in mind, this is a year before the article was published, right? Amid an uproar over the comments, told Telemundo 52 and NBC4 in Los Angeles that she has had a long, painful year since the comments recorded in a 2021 closed-door meeting were leaked. See, they was comfortable in 2021 because you had Joe Biden in office. They was comfortable in 2022, 23, 24. Calling black people lazy, calling us monkeys, being racist, getting free EBT, health care, food stamps, whatever you want to call it, Section 8, free housing, all of that. But now that they getting kicked up out of here, now they want the same Negroes they boasted against to help them? Hell no. So, as a result of the comments, she let go of her position as the first Latina president of the city council. She said she paid a huge price for the insensitive comments she made. But damn right, she needed to pay a huge price. But now I want y'all to notice, she was the first Latina president of the city council, right? What city council? Let's go back up here. You know what city? LA, Los Angeles, California. One of the main places now we're in 2025 in June, right? Because today is the recording of this video is June 20th, 2025. Were they getting kicked up out of here for being illegal? They was comfortable being racist against us in that same city all these years that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris was in office. So hell no. Anybody black helping them with these protests, you out of your damn mind. Let ICE do their job. If you came here illegally, you need to self-deport. And if you won't take the opportunity to self-deport like Trump gave you the opportunity, then you can wait for them to drag you up out of here. That's it. That's it and that's all. Now, what does she say? It says, she maintained that her use of the phrase Paris Changuito, if I'm saying that right, which roughly means looks like a little monkey. You see that? That's how she feels about black children. Was not intended to be a commentary on the skin color of the black son of the council member, Mike Bonin. Okay, so you call somebody black a monkey, and they want you and I to believe that ain't got nothing to do with the skin. These people think we crazy. And so, let me see if I can pull up. I would like to pull up that video of where that man from Mexico or wherever was calling the sister lazy up in Chicago. Maybe I'll do that on another video. Let's see what else. She said in her comments about indigenous Oaxacans in the city, whom she said were short, dark, and ugly. You see? Now she talking about indigenous people. Maybe they indigenous Mexicans, but you get the point. Even indigenous Latinos. So anybody that looks African, that looks African American, that look like a Negro, right? She called them short, dark, and ugly. Not dark and lovely, dark and ugly. It said it was a horrible joke and something I should never have said, and I own it. I have to live with this, she said. Well, she's right. She does have to live with it, but she wasn't joking. She meant what she said. Martinez made other remarks about Bonin's popularity with Los Angeles' black community. Another council member, Kevin De Leon, said, was also criticized for his comments at the meeting, but has not resigned and has announced a re-election bid. So here's the point. These same racist Latina and Latino bastards in LA were calling African Americans or blacks monkeys. And you know, if they caught that on tape without you hearing it, you can only imagine what they did not catch on tape. So when you see these people talking about why ain't black people helping to prevent them from getting their asses deported up out of here, this is why. This is why we ain't helping. You see? So I'm going to come with some more information on this topic. This is going to be the first of a series. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but it's time for the so-called black man and woman in this country, right, who is God's children, right, because that's who we are. And that's why these bastards hate us, right? They hate us because they hate the God that made them. But we ain't having that crap anymore. We know who we are, and we ain't playing with it. If you come against us, know that the Most High is going to come against you. So know that God is the one kicking them up out of here, not because somebody's being racist, but because they are the racists who are secretly hateful of the very African Americans or Negroes that they want to receive help from. Have a good day.